to Two Idiots Talking. My name is Ray Castro. This is
Michael Novak. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the second episode.
To the millions of people watching.
Millions and billions and trillions and thanks to everybody who saw the first episode. Like I said, this is the second episode, and this time we're going to talk about something different.
Completely different. Well, it's still on the subject that we talked about in our last episode about Danes and Danish stuff, right? All right, so Ray, a little breakdown, right?
Yeah, we're going to break it down.
If we're going to talk about the Danish language, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing that most people, they comment about is the three last letters of the Danish alphabet.
I know.
Because that's the unique thing.
When I came to Denmark, we have the same alphabet as the Danish people, but we don't have the the Ö, and O.
And O. Yeah,
yes. Yeah. And those three letters are difficult as fuck. They only exist here, right?
Yeah.
And they don't exist in other countries.
And it's interesting because the Nordic countries, so like Sweden and Norway, have their own renditions of those three letters, but it's different. It's different letters, and they use it differently. But it's the same sort of. So it's very unique to the Nordic countries.
Yeah, I know.
Having extra letters like that. But it's but that's what most people talk about when it's the Danish language, of those three letters, right? I remember you told me when you came here, and the hard thing about the Danish language was also how we use
what?
Grammar.
Yeah, right. That's difficult as fuck. I can't even explain how difficult that is. And the funny thing about it is that there's a lot of Danish words that means more things than just one thing.
Right. In English, right, A in Danish, that's it. Right?
Yeah,
so
I know.
It's two different words, and we use them differently, right?
Yeah.
But in English, it's the same. It's just
the same.
Right?
History time.
History time.
Hit it.
Way too over-enthusiastic.
What do you mean? I'm excited. That's what it's all about.
That's good, right? So back in the day, right, in like the 700s and 800s, there were Vikings, right, in Denmark, and so many people are so proud of the Vikings, which is ridiculous because, I mean, they're psychopaths. Anyway, but they did. They went to, a lot of people know this, but they went to Britain, right?
Yeah.
And they raped and murdered a lot of people, and they took over some places, and they took over a place, and they called it DANELAW. DANELAW, and that was a place. I don't know where it was. I'm sorry, but it was a place in England that they
conquered.
They conquered it, and they called it DANELAW. And what happened in that place was that a lot of Englishmen and people from Britain would interact and integrate with the Danes, the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
So they would give them a lot of these words and a lot of these verbs and a lot of these from our language, and it became part of the English language. So that's actually, you can kind of say that the English language originates from the Danish language.
Country.
It's made up of Danish and like other languages.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. Did you know that? Write a comment if you knew that.
So the word sky, right?
Yeah, sky.
We use it.
Sky. Right. That's like the thing you put on the food, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell that is.
But that originates from Denmark and has traveled on to the English language.
Yeah, but it means something else. The sky.
Yes.
Ooh,
and the leg, right?
Leg,
which in Danish is like play, right?
Yeah, it is lie.
So it's just an example of some of those words that traveled from the Danish language onto like the English language, right?
The Danish language is difficult,
right?
It's hard to learn. It's hard to master. Yeah. I'm still learning.
Yes.
There's like this. There's like when you say house in Danish, it's called hus.
Right.
When you say a house, et hus. You can't say en hus. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And imagine people from the outside of Denmark listening to Danish rap or Danish reggae or Danish music.
Yeah.
What do you think they're thinking when they're listening to it?
I think it's interesting, Ray, because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of these videos on YouTube. I'm sure a lot of other people have as well.
Reaction videos
to Danish rap, where like Americans or whatever will sit down and try to listen to like the urban genre. Mm-hmm. The interesting part is how they react to it, because they can't understand a word.
I know.
And they think it goes way too fast, right? Which is obvious, but I've just never had that interpretation of the Danish language that it's being spoken very quickly. I've always had that interpretation actually about Spanish. That Spanish is a very fast language, very like.
Sí, porque nosotros hablamos muy rápido, eso es verdad. People say that all the time when I speak with my mother or my brother or something on the phone. People be like, "What are you saying? It sounds like you blah 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 blah." But that's the Spanish language. We should talk about that another time. We should try to say some words in Danish,
right? This would be fun.
And try to make people out there pronounce them, and write a comment if the thing is difficult to pronounce.
Right.
I remember when I came to Denmark, everybody said to me, you can't say rødgrød med fløde. Rødgrød med fløde. Yeah.
I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on me, Ray, which I feel like is unjustified. You're putting a lot of pressure.
What do you mean it's unjustified? What
you're making me the representative of a whole nation right now. Like
you are. Don't even go there.
Here comes the immigrant from South America, right? Yeah. And comes here and tells me you gotta bring some Danish words to the table, man. Some Danish hard words.
You have another word that you should try to pronounce.
Hygge.
Hygge. Oh, that's a cozy word.
That's a cozy word.
Hygge. That's too easy. People be like hygge. That's.
Yo, but it's interesting because like it's the one word I haven't ever discovered a translation for it. Like there's no other. Try to translate it, please. Translate it to English, please. What's the English word?
Cozy.
No, bro. Because it's like
I need to Google that shit.
Cozy.
What about tavshedspligt?
Tavshedspligt.
That's a fucking crazy word.
That's true.
Do you have another one?
Domstolene.
How about kærlighed?
Oh,
kærlighed.
That's a good
That's
one.
love. Can you hear the difference between kærlighed and love? It's like the word love means love. Kærlighed doesn't mean love.
But I think when you pronunciate it, Ray, I think it sounds horny no matter if you say it in English or Danish. It just sounds ridiculous, right? And it's going over to the ASMR page, right? It's
like, I've just heard about that AMSR. How do you say
what? ASMR?
Bar, yeah, exactly. Didn't I say that?
AMSR. Ray, god damn it. Man.
I just heard about that. I didn't know what the fuck it was until I saw it on YouTube. People were like, "Hey, you like this? Can you hear me?"
Now I feel even more groomed.
You know what I just heard too?
What did you hear, Ray?
The new Eminem album.
It's all about you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's all about you.
Always about me. Remember to listen to my new single. It's coming out real soon.
Spotify, Apple Music.
Links in the description. Remember that. I'm all about the lyrics and the flows and the nice beats. I don't care about fashion. I don't care about jewelry. I don't care about all that shit. I'm like just the talent.
What did you want to say about the Eminem album?
That is brilliant. I'm like, I love the album. When I heard it the first time, it was like when I heard the Kamikaze album, the last album he put out, it was like amazing too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you even listen to Eminem?
No.
Wow. What kind of music do you listen to, man?
No, I do listen to Eminem, but his older stuff, I gotta say. Very subjective.
What the hell does that mean?
It just means that voicing your opinions, Ray. And it's great that you have a platform for it, but I'm starting to think you're a little bit Trump-like. Okay? Like,
why? I love Mexican people. What are you talking about? I'm not like Trump.
The wall. No, I just mean
around myself.
I just mean that you're giving out your opinions very loudly, Ray. I just hear that. What if you're sitting out there and you're watching this perfect show and you think to yourself, I don't like Eminem.
Then they're gonna unsubscribe this channel.
See, very subjective, Ray. Very subjective.
Just to
it's 2020, bitch.
Just to clear the...
Everyone's offended. Everyone's offended.
I know.
If you're going to ignore the fact that we're all going to die...
I can't ignore that.
Sooner
Donald Trump has gone crazy.
If you're just going to ignore the fact that we're all slowly dying because of the fact that we fucked up our world, and I'm calling on you, Ray, because you're, nearly 40? And you grew up in the 90s, right? In the 80s.
So it's my fault now.
It's your generation.
Oh
Fuck you. I was born close to the new millennia, right?
Yeah,
in 1997. And it's just been put on our shoulders. Like Greta Thunberg says. He says, I should be in school.
Anyways, we got to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this podcast because we still don't know what the hell we're doing.
I like how I said in the last episode, I said, welcome to, like, this is just two idiots talking. And it really is. Like, what's the point of this, Ray? I don't know.
There is no point. As long as you're having a good time watching us talk about a lot of shit, then I'm happy.
And I'm just happy I'm not going to edit this.
Anyways, you can find Michael on Instagram. You can find him on Snapchat.
Michael Novik TV.
Yeah, and there's links in the description to my shit too. Remember to subscribe. Remember to press the bell. Do you say press the bell? Do you say push the bell?
I think you...
How do you say that shit?
I think you grew up with YouTube back in the early days. With nobody, like...
What do you say? Press the bell?
Press subscribe. Not the bell.
There is a bell icon.
Bell. I know.
Yeah, press the goddamn bell.
Say subscribe and press the bell to be notified when new uploads arrive. That's it, Ray. You don't have to say anything else than that. Like, subscribe, and push the bell to be notified when new uploads arrive. That's it. That's it, Ray.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye.